Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo. I am back, and today is Taco Tuesday, May 13th. We have two more games for the NBA slate. We're going to just jump right into it. Going to try to make this one sort of quick. Let's talk about the plays we're going to be taking today. We'll talk about some promos over on Underdog, some new things they're running over there, and yeah, it's good to be back. So yeah, I'm getting all these lines on Prizepicks and Underdog today, so all the same. Can't display Underdog because of the changes in my state, but so I just do it all on the mobile. But yeah, so going to be going with Aaron Gordon over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Isaiah Hartenstein over 12.5 rebounds and assists. TJ McConnell over 11.5 points, assists, and Darius Garland over 24.5 points, assists. Yeah, and getting these same lines on Underdog. Underdog, they're still running the extender promo, so that's super exciting because today it's at the 80% boost. I mean, that's an awesome token to be able to add to your slip. If you haven't checked out the extender yet, they give you a higher boost with each game that the series goes out. So it's looking like we're going to get a game 7 in one of these, especially with the tight race between the Thunder and the Nuggets. So you get to game 7, you have a 100% boost token. So it's already awesome to be able to be at 80%. I just added that to my slip today. So yeah, if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code JRUSSO. They're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. All that information is down below, and they just added a new Underdog original called Ladders, where you select 3 to 5 picks, and they have 3 different milestones. They have like a lower line, a regular line, and a boosted line. And as those players hit the milestones, whatever you put in your slip, as they hit the milestones, you secure winnings along the way. So if they all hit their lower, you secure basically your money back. It's like I think it's like a 1x typically. It probably goes higher than that, but I've only seen a 1x with my slip so far. And then you got your regular lines where you're securing a higher multiplier. And then if these guys happen to go off, you can secure, a boost all the way up to 100x. So it's pretty sweet. It's called Ladders. Go check it out. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. I'm still getting restricted. I know other creators are too. I don't know what the deal is, but YouTube is doing that to content creators right now. So I appreciate the support. Let's start breaking down the plays. All right. So who do we got here first? Aaron Gordon. Okay, so he's been playing great. He's been having some monster games randomly with rebounding the ball, but he's cleared this 4 out of his last 5 games. Coming off this last game on the 11th, he went for 15 points, 16 rebounds, which is nuts, and then 6 assists. We've talked about it in the past, how Aaron Gordon can randomly just start facilitating, which is pretty sweet. He's doing a little bit of everything. Back-to-back games with a decent amount of rebounds and a decent amount of assists. The game before that on the 9th, he went for 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So this 26.5, I'm feeling good about it. The minutes are going to be there, 37 minutes on average over the last 5 games, 14 rebound chances. So getting in there, getting his hands dirty, just trying to get rebounds. But yeah, and then 8.2 potential assists, which is really high for someone, playing power forward who you wouldn't really expect to be much of a facilitator. And then can randomly get hot from beyond the arc too. But averaging 12.8 attempts, shooting 48% from the field, and then 48% from beyond the arc, like we were just talking about. 5 attempts, averaging about 2.4 made threes. And I mean, these last 2 games, he had 4 of 6 and 3 of 7, so 67% and 43% from beyond the arc. He's a rhythm shooter, so if he starts to get hot, look out, because they'll keep finding him open. And I think he's pivotal to the Nuggets' success. They have a lot of talented players on that team, but they need at least one person to be a problem besides Jamal Murray and Jokic, obviously. So if you have a third guy that you have to worry about, it opens the whole game up for the Nuggets. So I think they've been really trying to get him more involved, especially because Michael Porter Jr. has so much talent, but he's just randomly a ghost. He'll just, that happened last time we took him. He was on a burner, and then I even made a joke about him. Like, I know he just will randomly not show up sometimes, but I feel good about this. And he just didn't show up. Went for like 7 PRA. So I'm feeling good about Gordon, who's more consistent, plays with more intention. Michael Porter sometimes will just be sitting, in the corner, not doing anything and just watching the game. It's like, what are you doing, bro? But All right, so yeah, let's look at the matchup and then we'll move on. So specifically to power forwards, we got 6th in points allowed, 18th in rebounds allowed, 2nd in assists allowed. So make of that what you will. I mean, 18th in rebounds allowed, that's not the worst, but there's a soft spot there for power forwards, and he's been eating. So I want a little bit of everything, because if he starts to get hot from beyond the arc, they're going to start to, cover him a little bit harder, and then he will just get us an assist. So feeling good about it. Let's take a look and see what Daily Grind thinks about Aaron Gordon tonight. Come on, bro. I hope the old CPU isn't messing up right now. All right, so they like his points, assists. Oh, wait, this is set to overs. He's doing a little bit of over stuff for the Discord earlier. Let me go to all. Okay. So yeah, the points assists are their favorite at 18.5, 53.01% odds to hit the over minus 133. PRA, they're not feeling it, so go with your gut. They have it just slightly favored to the under. Again, the optimizer is crunching numbers across all platforms and seeing if you're getting a value. There's no narrative built in, other than the fact that there's narrative built into why these odds are what they are. So there is a little bit of narrative built in there, but what the optimizer is doing is looking at the lines and the odds across like a million platforms, like anything out there. The optimizer's getting the data somehow. I still don't understand how these things work. Like, how do you get access to that data? But they do somehow. But yeah, and then they're looking at the line you're getting, and then they're coming up with a percentage, what they think based off of the consensus and the line that you are getting it at. So if all of these were, like favored at like a 50-50 shot at 27.5, but then we're getting it at 26.5, it's going to recognize that and then base, the odds to hit off of that, saying you're getting it a full point cheaper. That's not the case right here. Everyone has it at 26.5. I'm just explaining a little bit how the optimizer works. But so yeah, 50.8% odds to hit the under. So go with your gut. They like his rebounds and assists over 10 though. 51.05% odds to hit the over minus 121. Under on 7 rebounds. I get it, it's crunching numbers, but that's crazy to me because everyone else has it at 7.5, favored heavy to the under. And then you're getting it at 0.5 cheaper and they're still favoring it to the under. So that's beyond my pay grade. Someone who just went for 16 rebounds and then 2 games earlier went for 14 rebounds. I'm just not interested in taking under 7. Like, he's been doubling that. So, but this kind of thing happens where it doesn't make sense to me. And then it'd be like, wow, the odds makers got it right, because they're investing billions into this. So it is good to pay attention to the odds, but I lean narrative over odds personally. But yeah, just want to be fully transparent with you guys about what these lines are at. So let's move on. Isaiah Hartenstein, 4 out of his last 5, last 3 trending up, 13, 14, 17. And that's really been in the rebounds department for the most part, because the assists have been trending down, 5, 4, 3, but you got 8, 10, 14. So yeah, this is like a little dip here. And we've just been trending up. So even if he does regress a little bit, I still think he's going for 13. That's just me. But you guys, you don't have to take everything I'm taking. But at the 12.5, I do like it. If we look at the center position, 18th in rebounds allowed, 18th in assists allowed. Let's look at the history of him here. So yeah, it's just these last 3 head-to-heads that he's been able to get this done. But we are trending in the right direction. Let's see. Yeah, these were only one of these was with New York. So these 3 are while he was playing with OKC. Let's look at the minutes. Okay, it's not a minutes thing. Okay, so these last 2 games, if you look at the rebound chances, these last 2 games have been crazy. He's been getting in there, trying to get rebounds like in an aggressive way. If you look at these, like 12, 15, 13, 16, 13, and then all of a sudden 24, 27, that's a difference in aggression. That's a difference in being present and being where the ball is at, when people are shooting. So let's hope that he keeps that same approach, and we should be good to go. If we're going 24, 27 rebound chances, I mean, yeah, you could get half of those, which he kind of has been. If you look at 24, converts it into 10, that's less than half he grabbed of the opportunities. We want better efficiency than that, but I love that he's in there trying to get rebounds. And then 27, he converts it into 14. So it looks like the efficiency jumped up in this last game. That's a little over a 50% hit rate versus, this is something like in the mid 30% hit rate if you convert 24 into 10. So yeah, I feel good about it. Let's see if we have a note here from Outlier. So he's exceeded 12 and a half rebounds and assists in 4 of his last 5 games for his bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed. 14.6 is what he's averaging in these types of matchups, 80% hit rate over the last 5. So similar to just his last 5 in general. Similar looking numbers there. Averaging 28 minutes these last 2 games with the opportunities for rebounds going up. There was also more minutes, so 30 and 33 minutes. Averaging 23 should be more than enough time for him to get it done. But I will say averaging 4 fouls could be part of the problem. The last game 3 isn't too bad, but 4 straight games with 4 fouls, that is going to cut into your minutes eventually. But on this last 5 run, he is averaging 19 rebound chances because of these 2 monster games. So I feel good about it tonight. This is an important game. They're playing at home. Just for fun, let's look at his last 5 home games. Okay, so not actually anything too impressive, but it is a good hit rate. 4 out of his last 5. But it looks like he was more aggressive on the road. So let's hope that he brings that aggression back to OKC to try to take the lead in this series. I believe it's tied 2-2 if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's take a look at Hartenstein on Daily Grind. All right, they like a lot of his overs. Points, assists, top over, 13.5, 52.8% odds to hit the over -132. There's those rebounds and assists, second best play according to Daily Grind. 52.63% odds to hit the over. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then -131. Everybody's kind of favoring this to go over. Some serious juice, -143. The worst is a -118 for BetMGM, but still slightly favored to the over. They like his rebounds alone. They like his points rebounds. They don't like the full PRA. They like the points over. So everything except for the full PRA, there's probably like a bump in there if you broke these all down individually. They're probably adding a bump to that line if you take it all together. But the rebounds and assists feel comfortable to me. 12.5, he could do that on rebounds alone. He's another guy who's capable of assisting the ball. Like he'll go on runs where he'll have 4 or 5 assists. Great facilitator. He's an awesome big man. That was a big win, them getting to go and sign him. So this may be exactly what OKC needed to get over the mark and go get themselves a chip. We'll see. But yeah, I like these rebounds and assists tonight. Let's keep it rolling. TJ McConnell. Okay. I like this play a lot. I mean, I pay attention to when I think guys are getting in rhythm, and he has back-to-back games with 7 or more assists. And when he's assisting the ball well, I think it's because he's getting in rhythm a little bit, scoring and then drawing attention. And he's a great facilitator. He should be a starting point guard somewhere, in my opinion. But the fact that he can just be off the bench for Indiana is a huge win for them. So yeah, these last 2 games, and I believe this series is 3-1 if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of crazy. Indiana just they've looked great in the playoffs, and they were looking good in the regular season, but this Indiana is reminding me of when Indiana first broke out like a year or 2 ago, and it was like just all of a sudden really, really impressive, fast pace, like Rick Carlisle getting his system really working out there. And it was like, man, who are all these guys? Like, we know Halliburton was awesome, but they were playing above the names they had on the team, and they look like that again. So good for them. Playing really good ball. But yeah, so TJ McConnell, you can see, these last 2 games, 7 assists, also 12 points, 8 assists, also 13 points, and he's averaging 7.8 attempts. So he's shooting 54%. I know that's not the 7.8 attempts isn't much, but when you're shooting 54%, it's like by the time he starts to pop off, I think that's when the assists start to open up. And so he can do both, and they don't need him to go out there and just be a pure scorer. So he has 9 attempts in the last 2 games, 44% and 56%. And then the potential assists, you can see those turning up to 9 and 14. So really tried to facilitate a lot in that last game. And 129 to 109. Now they're going back to Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Yeah, playing in Cleveland, and not Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell is a game time decision. He's playing. He's going to play. There's no way he's not going to play. They're down 3-1. It's not showing me on here. I'm pretty sure they're down 3-1. 230.5 over under. Cleveland favored by 8. This is absolutely a must win, obviously, for Cleveland. And then you've got Donovan Mitchell, who I don't think is going to be 100%, but I'm certain he's going to play. But it may be, that's why I like Darius Garland today, is because I think that Mitchell will play. He'll push through whatever he's dealing with. He was at the shoot around this morning, but I think that Darius Garland's going to have to step up, and there's a chance Mitchell could re-aggravate the injury. I believe it was an ankle. So if he re-aggravates, then it's going to be Garland again. So I think that they're going to be kind of careful how they approach this. Then we got this Nuggets Thunder game, 221.5 over under. Oklahoma City favored by 10, playing in Oklahoma. So yeah, I like this for McConnell in this game. We're just in rhythm right now, so I know that, technically these were 2 home games, so he didn't do well in the games in Cleveland, but he is in rhythm right now. And I think that he's just going to have to, he's a professional. He's going to have to bring that over and get that done on the road. So he's had a chance to bounce back. I think he'll at least get us 11.5 tonight is what I'm saying. He cleared that on points alone in the last 2 games. And then if this happens to be the type of thing where Cleveland comes out just guns a-blazing and it turns into a little bit of a blowout, like because we see stuff like that happen, Cleveland is still a really good team. And sometimes when all the pressure's there, the guys come out and they perform and they have it all on the line. They don't want their season to end. And so if we're just like, oh my God, Cleveland came out and they're up by 20 at the half, they're up by, if that turns into a thing, McConnell's going to get more minutes. They'll take out in the fourth quarter, he may get a little bit more minutes here, which is what we're hoping for. Now, if we take a look at, let's go last 5. Actually, let's go head to head. So if you look at the minutes, some of these games where he's missing, the minutes have been there was only one game where he hit 18 minutes. It was 15, 15, 13. And then these 2 games, 21, 18.1. So if we look at the head to head and we say, let's just say he gets to his 20 minutes, which isn't asking too much. It's not a guarantee, but when he at least hits those 20 minutes, he pops off. He's gone for 18 or more. So to me, this is a minutes thing. He needs a little bit of time to get his shot. Like if he's played at least 19 minutes, he's got 4 straight of 18 or more. So when he's not, it seems to be that, I mean, even there, 16 minutes, and this is still the head to head, 16 minutes or more, he's 88%. So when you're getting down here into 14 minutes, that's when we started to see, it still doesn't look that bad, but that's when you got those 3 straight where I feel like he just couldn't get into rhythm the same. And then if we look at let's just go last 5, he still got it done over the last 5 on 14 minutes. But yeah, if we get up to that 20-minute mark, 19 even minutes, it really cleans up. So this is really going to come down to his minutes, in my opinion. Let's look at away games. So away games, when he's getting those 19 minutes, he's got a perfect hit rate. If we take that away, when his minutes are just whatever, the away games, he doesn't look that good. But if you let's find the sweet spot. Yeah, 16, 17, not too bad. 19 minutes is the sweet spot where he's hit it every time over his last 5. So that's what we're hoping for. If we look at the matchup, 11th in points allowed, 11th in assists allowed. This line isn't too high for him to hit, obviously. He just went for 7 and 8 assists, 12 and 13 points. So 11.5 together. I feel good about it. Let's look at daily grind. All right, so they like his rebounds and assists the best at 6.5, so go with your gut. I'm not really that interested in his rebounds personally, but that is a low line considering he cleared that on assists alone. So 52.94% odds to hit the over minus 131. They don't like the points assists. We're on a different page, me and Daily Grind, these odds makers. So go with your gut. They've got this favored pretty heavily to the under. 52.26% odds to hit the under minus 130 is probably that same thing that I was looking at with the minutes, but I'm banking on the fact that he's in rhythm. I think he's getting at least 18, 19 minutes tonight, and it looks good when he does. So I just don't think you have a guy that pops off in back-to-back games at home and then get back out on the road and don't give him any minutes. I don't think he's going to get a ton, but I think he's going to get over that 18 line personally. But they have it favored to the under. 52.26% odds hit the under minus 130. They don't like his points over 7.5. They like his rebounds over Why? Autocorrect me like 15 minutes later. Can we get back to work here? Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, the rebounds, 2.5. They like that over. 51.23% odds to the over minus 124. They don't like his full PRA. And these aren't heavy, like there's no real heavy juice. They like the rebounds and assists a lot. They don't like the points assists. But as far as like some of these other plays down here, we're talking like, you know, just over the 50-50 mark. So I'm just interested in kind of these top ones here. Rebounds and assists look good, sure. But if he doesn't end up having a huge game facilitating, the rebounds aren't going to get you there, in my opinion. He doesn't rebound that often. He's capable. He'll have random games where he pops off, but I would rather... It's only a 2-point bump. You know, I believe his assists are at 4.5, so 6.5 rebounds and assists, not bad. Two rebounds, yeah, that's fair. So go with your gut. I'm going to go points assists because I do think that he's going to get that done personally. But all right, let's wrap it up with Darius Garland. So yeah, if we just look at his last 10, 70% hit rate. If we look at the head-to-head, it doesn't look as good. But as of late, you know, 3 out of his last 4, he's got it done. Let's take a look. Now this is just without Donovan Mitchell I'm going to be looking at here. We only have 1 sample size and he didn't get it done, but that was in March of 2024. So last year. But if we look as of late without Donovan, he plays pretty well. He steps up pretty decent, 80% hit rate, 8 out of his last 10 games, 5 straight games that are really solid without Donovan. Like we'll zoom in on those a little bit. And I think Donovan is playing, like I said, but I think that he's going to be somewhat limited. So I think that Darius is still going to have to step up a little bit. But without Donovan, he's averaging 18.8 attempts, 52% from the field, 35% from beyond the arc on 8 attempts. So 2.8 made threes a game over this 5-game stretch, 32 minutes, 16 potential assists. So I do think Donovan's going to be playing. But yeah, when we take that out of the equation, having Donovan out, it's 4 out of his last 5. He's got it done. Got it done on the most recent outing. I just think this is a night. There's too much on the line here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, point guard. Yeah, very soft matchup. It really opens up. If you see 17th in points allowed, not great anyways. 12th in assists allowed, middle of the road, and then point guards, 22nd and 22nd points and assists. So he's got to do it. He's got to have a good game. You have somewhat of a hobbled Donovan Mitchell who could end up re-aggravating if he tries, you know, to go too hard because there's so much on the line. So I'm feeling comfortable with it. Yeah, over the last 5, 50% from the field on 14 attempts. So I think if Donovan plays, Darius will be around. He could have a game where he's just totally getting after it, but I think we're safe with 16, 17 attempts. I don't think it's going to be the same as with Donovan out, like pushing that 19 attempts mark, but I think we're good for like 15, 16, 32% from beyond the arc, 6.8 attempts. So yeah, we saw everything bump just a little bit with Donovan out, but the potential assists were up at 16. So he's averaging 11 right now. So he's going to have to do a little bit more of everything. Minutes will probably go up a little bit, but he's going to have to come out and get hot early. He can't be like trying to find his rhythm in the second half. I mean, I'm not saying he's incapable. I'm just saying for this to go well, he needs to come out hot. So I think he's going to be getting after it. That's just my take. Let's take a look at daily grind and then we'll look at some bonus plays. Did I spell this name wrong? I think I did. Let me just go Garland. Hope y'all been doing good. I've just been getting a lot of family stuff done and rearranging of the schedule, and I'm a dad now, so it's harder for me to get these out every single day for y'all. All right, so they don't like his points over 18.5. They have that favored to the under. Points, rebounds, favored to the under. Rebounds at 2.5, they like over. They like him over 6 assists, 51.22% odds to hit the over minus 123. Points assists, they actually like it over. Just barely, 50.65% odds to hit the over minus 121. And this is getting bumped to 25.5 on some platforms. Well, really just bet MGM. But there's not a lot of juice on this one. I think there's uncertainty, you know. They don't totally know what Donovan's going to look like. If Donovan was out, this is getting bumped. If he gets ruled out for some reason, this is getting bumped, probably to 26.5 at least. Yeah, the 50-50 on his free throws at 2.5. They don't like his full PRA, although if Donovan does get ruled out, which I don't think he's gonna, but if for some reason he did, these are all going up. Maybe not the rebounds, but everything else. But yeah, I just like the points assists. Let's take a look here. I'm not sure if I totally covered it. So yeah, the assists over these last 5, the reason I want those attached is because it hasn't been bad. 4 out of his last 5, he's gone for at least 5 assists. We have this random game where he went for 13. We have a game where he went for 9. So it's enough for, and I mean, that was against Miami, 21 points, 9 assists. They're tough against point guards, ranked 8th overall. So I want those assists attached. Wasn't really, I mean, the 4, is it at 6? Is it at 6? Yeah, I think I'm thinking of TJ McConnell. His assists were at 4.5. But yeah, we just saw that it was at 6 on here. Yeah, they like his assists over 6. So I don't know. I'm just going to be taking, if they're not feeling good about his points going over 18.5, I get why they don't like the full PA, or they did like the full PA. I'm out of practice here, guys. Like, it's been a minute. So yeah, go with your gut. If you guys want to try out the app here, Outlier, it's killer. You see how I can dissect and I can take players in and out of the equation. I can move minutes. That's my favorite thing to do when it's applicable, is adjusting the minutes and seeing, okay, what do you do when you do get 18 minutes? What does it look like when you do get 19 minutes? That can be a pretty powerful tool for you. Then you're just narrowing it down to like, what's it look like? Sometimes guys are injured and you're like, okay, when you get these minutes, you do great. So I think that you are going to get more minutes if this guy's out. So I love everything that Outlier has to offer. I would definitely, try it for a week, see how you like it, make your decision. But if you're committed to it and you really want everything they have to offer, the pro plan they have is awesome. That's where you get access to everything. And they just keep adding stuff. They've got like an EV tool. They've got a props tool. There's stuff for more than just fantasy stuff on here. But the insights tool is awesome. I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So yeah, I have it set to Cleveland, but I could go games. Let's just go for every game on the slate tonight. You can quickly get it all there, like in a hurry, and then it's just showing you all the insights about the players, and it's showing you the little graph of the hit rate. And they're saying, okay, Michael Porter Jr. has exceeded 14.5 points, rebounds in 15 of his last 19 games on the road. That's the kind of stuff I like about Outlier. It's not just like basing it off of odds. It's saying like, no, there's a trend here. He's killing it on the road. 22.7 is what he's averaging. Then you like that, you click into it, and it takes you right to that so you can take a better look at it. And you've got your insights tab right here when you're looking at the actual data. And then you can quickly bounce and say like, okay, well, what about PRA? What about this or that? Like, so it's a killer tool. Matchups, notes about the players, take players in and out of the equation, time frames, like everything is covered. And you can also look for positional weak spots here, with the matchup. So you could say overall, okay, what's the softest matchup? And it's like, okay, well, turns out like maybe, there's not really much on the scoring side for this particular example, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, it's Oklahoma City. They're good on defense, but it's awesome. You have days of rest. You can check that out. It'll tell you what they're currently at, 1 day of rest, but you can click that and say, okay, so when he gets 1 day, what's it looking like? It's awesome. They cover everything. So sign up through the link below, try it out for free. And then if you want the DFS optimizer from Daily Grind, use code JRUSSO. You get 25% off over at dgfantasy.com. And it's awesome as well. Now we are going to get into some bonus plays for today's slate. So Donovan Mitchell under 45 fantasy score. They're loving 59.01% odds to hit the under, -143. Nikola Jokic, they like him under 62. Andrew Nembhard over 11.5 points. They like it. 53.57% odds to hit the over, -135. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 45.5 PRA, 53.5% odds to hit the under, -142. Siakam, they like him over 6 rebounds. I'm going to go straight to overs now. Lou Dort, rebounds and assists, 3.5. That is pretty low. 53.37% odds to hit the over -130. Cason Wallace, 9 PRA, 9.5 PRA. Yeah, that's pretty low, especially if they do end up getting a solid lead at home. 53.27% odds to hit the over, -134. And then we've got, they like SGA's assists over 7.5. TJ McConnell, there's those rebounds and assists, 52.94% odds to hit the over. Nembhard over 5 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein, there's those rebounds and assists that we took. Lou Dort over 8.5 points. Sam Merrill. Yeah, this one's interesting to me. If Donovan's a little bit limited, 4.5 points, they like it over. 52.77% odds to hit the over -130. Hartenstein, they like his points assists as well. And then Nikola Jokic, over 41.5 points rebounds, they like that over. Jarrett Allen over 1.5 assists. Yeah, that seems kind of low. Michael Porter Jr. points rebounds, they like that over 17.5. I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna wrap up. We'll make it not Hartenstein. So Miles Turner over 8 rebounds and assists, 52.39% odds to hit the over -130. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning into the show. I'm going to try to keep getting it more consistent. It's just the schedule's been crazy lately, but I appreciate you guys continuing to support my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but drop me a comment if you have questions about plays. I'll do my best to respond to you in the comments. I can use the tools, look up the plays that you're interested in, and just tell you a little bit about the data that I'm seeing. But yeah, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one.